I think I might be live on YouTube. I'm just trying to figure this out as it goes. It shows that it's recording, and it shows that I'm live on YouTube with Waiting Since Last Saturday. I don't know if it's live or not. I'm trying to manage all of these tabs and everything, but there's no way for me to check on the comments if there's any comments going in. Let me see. I mean, if somebody can see this and they follow us on Twitter, send me a tweet right now. Oh, it does say that it's live. I wonder if I can, let's see, add a description. I'd like to be able to see, it says, okay, so I see myself. I have 2 current viewers. I'm just trying to see where the comments section is. Oh, there we are. Terry and someone else, Magoo82. All right, so this is working. Literally, I just figured all of the streaming stuff out over the weekend because I kind of figured that Will, Tony, and I aren't going to be able to podcast as frequently as we would like. And so, it's kind of the whole part of, I don't know, I don't want to get too pompous on this, but American ingenuity. That's a little bit rich to call it that. But, when you're faced with, someone sending me a tweet. When you're faced with adversity, you just kind of can either sit there or try to figure new stuff out. And so I'm the type of person where I just want to figure new stuff out. So I'm here in the bunker, if you will, or this is really the studio. This is back here is where Tony, Will, and I typically record our podcast. But I think what I'm planning on doing, or Tony, Will, and I remotely, is to use all of this amazing... I need to get some water. To use all this amazing technology that we have at our fingertips and to be able to continue to provide content because, there's no sports going on, but I have a feeling that podcasting and YouTube and, of course, news sources are going to be pretty important in what we're dealing with. Hopefully it's a short thing that we're going to deal with, but I don't know. The one thing I'm not going to do is try to pretend that I'm a doctor and start telling people what to do. I know what I'm going to do, and we're going to try to, stay at home and teach our kids and still kind of keep up with the world. We have a workout scheduled for later that we have to do. And, that's kind of what we're going to do. But it was announced earlier that UGA has canceled all spring commencement. Spring classes are going to be remote learning, which is kind of sad to think if you're a senior in college or even in high school. Really, you kind of feel bad for those kids that they might not step on campus again. I think the least of which our worries is spring practice. The good thing is that the SEC and the NCAA pretty much shut everybody down. So, there might not be a competitive advantage. I'm pretty sure in a couple weeks you would hear people from Alabama saying they're somehow practicing. But I think as it stands right now, everybody's in the same boat. Nobody knows what's going on. But we here at Waiting Since Last Saturday, our podcast, we're going to try to create and produce some interesting content. What I would like to do is to reach out to some of y'all to create some kind of content for YouTube. We're just starting to grow this YouTube channel, so one of the best things you could do is to share it with any other, Georgia fans, because sure, we're going to talk about stuff going on in the world, but we will pull it back to I got distracted because Terry just left me a message. It's my daughter's first semester, and she's so upset. Yeah, so we're going to try to pull it back to sports, Georgia stuff going on, and maybe even do some fun like predictions or prognostications of what might happen in the fall. Hopefully things will get a lot better and that college football will start up. But really nobody knows. We're kind of all kind of in the dark. And I think the one thing that's giving me, I don't know, it's only day 3 really, Wednesday, day 3 of this new normal where we're teaching kids from home. My kids are upstairs doing schoolwork. But I think that it's the new normal, and as a collective, this might be cathartic for us to go through together. But it does feel like the world is getting a little bit smaller, because I was watching a video of a guy earlier today that it's a YouTuber that I watches travel videos, and he lives in Canada. He's a doctor, and he's talking about it. So it just makes us feel like we all have this collective experience together. And I'm not saying that in a good way. I'm just saying that's reality. But it is. It's weird. It's weird, and it's going to take some getting used to. But we're Americans. We're resilient, and I think that we'll get through it as best we can. And I think a lot of that has to do with communication, to feeling like you're a part of a team or a group, that you're not completely isolated away from everybody. Sure, we can't have a meetup right now like we did after the Texas A&M game last year, but it doesn't mean that all communication would be shut off. One interesting thing I was thinking is that all of this, any kind of live stream like this, it's a little unnerving to me, because I'm used to editing things. And so I'm very cautious with what I say in live stream. The last thing I want to do is say something controversial that gets misconstrued, but when I can't edit it, because that's my experience from the past, is being able to say, hey, Will, Tony, I'm going to have to bleep that. You know what I mean? If you've listened to our podcast. But yeah, this is cool that I figured this out. I'm glad that I can do this. And so really the only thing I would encourage y'all to do is just share this with any Georgia fans. Share WSLS podcast on YouTube. I think I have access through this with the software to do live streams on Periscope, which is through Twitter and even Facebook. So maybe that's a thing that we'll do as well. But if I can start continuing to tweak what I'm doing and figure things out, maybe I'll be able to get like a split screen where Tony, Will, and I will all be sitting on here doing a live stream sometime in the future. But yeah, it's the reality as of now. But yeah, I'd like to end this saying, I'll be reaching out to some of y'all that have emailed me. Feel free to email us at wslspodcast@gmail.com. Doing some quick interviews where I sit here like this and maybe ask some questions. Who knows? Maybe we'll even do a buy or sell, make y'all feel like you're a part of the show a little bit. But yeah, appreciate y'all's attention, and we're just going to try to share sports news as it comes. Not much going on right now, but you got to feel bad for the baseball players, the gymnasts, the basketball players, the track team, and really any high school athlete. If we're talking about this through a sports lens, all those athletes that can't compete, and it was literally the spigot was shut off a week ago. A week ago was March 11th, and that was the day that sports started to end. And so yeah, it's one of those things where you've got to be kind of thoughtful in how they're feeling also. So anyway, this has been fun. I'm not sure how I'm going to end this, so there's probably going to be a moment where I'm looking down at the screen. It just says end stream. So that's what I'm going to do. Thanks for watching, and hopefully some more of these coming out soon. Go Dogs.